sharing and broadcast. Audio filtering. Alright, I got it. Texans right now.
What happened with the Texans? Ooh. And this is not the first time with him.
And then Detroit.
Detroit's a no-show scheduled game, so that's what happens.
Credit cards.
No, stop. That's what happens when you drink. I'm glad I don't have that.
Yes.
I'm glad I don't drink.
So wait, so hold on. You played your game, Texans, or I mean, Noah, or you're trying to play your game?
No, I already finished my game.
Oh, but he was late.
No, I played the Patriots.
Speaking of which, Noah,
No, I'm 1-3.
No, you are 0-3.
I'm 1-3. I
Are
beat
you?
Marion first week.
Oh. Speaking of which, what do you think is going on with you? Everybody thought that you would be a favorite to win your division.
I'm just having a bad couple weeks, you know. It's the beginning of the season.
No.
I'm not worried about it. You've seen teams go 0-3 at the beginning of the year and come out in the playoffs.
Do you think it's something about getting your team together the way you like it, or it's just new season?
It's new season. You just gotta get used to it. You gotta make adjustments.
So you're not worried?
Not at all. I mean, last season I played good, and sometimes you play good, and sometimes you don't. I played one good game, 2 bad games. At least it's early in the season, not getting...
If you really want to say something, you play 3 bad games because I think and that's what really ended it.
Yes, hi, my name is Pamela Gonzalez. I'm sorry, can I?
I mean, yeah, it would have been a good game, but it's just how it is sometimes. I see it as any win is a good game for me.
Okay. That's fair enough.
You gotta do something to win. You gotta do something good to win. And the past 2 games, I haven't done anything really good to me.
That's
I
fair
made some
enough.
good plays, but
As you say, it's early in the season. Now, do you see anything playing out differently as far as anyone else, or are you just pretty much not even paying attention to that right now because it's so early?
Right now, I'm just trying to pay attention to myself, considering I'm struggling. But I did see Tampa Bay beat Chargers again. I want to see how Chargers react to that losing.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, you know, how certain people got their number. I think because I don't know, Zach. I ain't seen him do anything too crazy in that game. I think he just has his number.
Just different. Maybe his scheme beats his scheme. That's
Yeah.
just how it is.
I mean, that's Madden, to be honest with you, in a nutshell.
But it's mostly about adapting in this game, and so far, my team hasn't adapted to anything, but we're working on that this week. We're planning on going...
Miren, uno son 2 y pico, ahora son 306 pesos.
In a way, I was playing things were changing, but the mistakes, you know, I gotta take mistakes, but I fixed it. This last game. I feel like the next game.
And we fixed it. Are you speaking of the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, without the coaching staff, I wouldn't think that's done.
Thank you.
I started out 7. Missed the tackle. When I missed the tackle, that was a lot better now. I can do a lot more film stuff.
5.987.
Well, that was a close game at the end. In the beginning, it was a little lopsided, but you definitely, it was a big hurdle to overturn. But you did stop him in the second half. But it was just too much, too little, too little.
Ok, amor, mira. A mí me mandaron otra tarjeta.
I'm also interested to see, like, you know, which teams are going to come out surprising this year.
Bla, bla, bla.
We've seen a couple
El
teams
caso
come
es
out,
que yo
win
siempre
games
hago
that
mis
we didn't
pagos
think
a través
would win this year.
de mi cuenta, la que yo siempre
And
tengo. Entonces cada
they're
vez que yo
showing up.
entraba,
Well,
me
look,
estaba
I'm looking
diciendo
at the. I'm surprised
que tratara más
with the
tarde,
Bills.
que
The
ahora
Bills
mismo
starting
no estaba el
off
servicio, que
2-1.
tratara más tarde, que tratara más tarde. Okay. Entre
The
que
Jags
entre
starting
eso,
off 3-0.
yo tuve que hacer un viaje.
Texans
Bueno, el
starting off
caso
3-0.
es
The
que
Raiders 3-0.
incluso ahora
All
mismo
those are
estoy
teams
tratando de
that.
entrar para hacer mis pagos, que
Well, the
siempre quiero
Texans
ver
made the
cómo
playoffs
está
last year, but
pasando
there's a
todo.
new user.
Siempre yo pago
Raiders didn't make the
mensualmente
playoffs,
contigo.
and the Bears is always undefeated until it comes to the playoffs. So he's 3-0. Any of those teams surprise you?
Y tampoco me entra, entonces, así que yo siempre hago mis pagos.
And
Entonces
losing the
yo
playoffs.
tengo mi tarjeta de débito ya directamente con ellos solo le doy un clic para pagar. Entonces ahora me están cobrando un fee.
So do any of those teams surprise you, Noah?
You know, the Bears surprised me again. It's not that they're not a good team. It's just, you know, it's hard to go 16-0 and then lose in the playoffs and just keep that mentality of you got to win every game. Because that is hard to stay like that.
I honestly think the thing with him is during the season he plays 16 random people. When it comes to playoff, he's playing better competition. You know, I mean, he might face him during the year, but I notice a lot of teams that know they're going to make the playoffs and just expect to. If they play somebody in the beginning, they're not going to give it their all. And then come playoff time, I think they turn up the level. And I think he doesn't change anything. I think he does the same thing no matter who he's playing, no matter what he's playing. I think that's his downfall. And everybody else adapts and adjusts to him. Because, like, if you notice the games he's lost, it's been, like, bad. Like, it hasn't even, like, it's been, they just make him look bad.
I'm also surprised Tennessee, he made it a close game with them.
Right, Tennessee made it a close game with him, and he wasn't in the playoffs. Like, the thing with Madden, I think, is just any given Sunday, anybody can have a good game. Whatever Madden wants at times.
It all just comes down to who makes the end play, honestly, sometimes. Who makes the last play or who plays better defense.
Right. Yeah, like, this is surprising. In the AFC, the Raiders lead in total offense. That's surprising. The Titans are second and Jaguars are third.
Jaguar one is really surprising. Drafting Joe Burrow actually was a good choice.
Yeah,
I mean, even though they have Nick Foles on contract for you know,
1,000 years.
Yeah.
I think that was just to fit his scheme of play. I think.
That's good.
Yeah, that was definitely a good
That'll
pick.
make that conference more competitive.
Well, definitely, because the top
It was tight last year.
4 out of the top 5 teams, 3 out of the top 5 teams are from that division. Titans, Jaguars, and Texans, as far as offense. Defense, surprisingly enough, the Browns are in first place, not the Steelers, as he thinks. You got the Browns, Steelers, and Bengals. Jeez.
Who have the Steelers played?
The Steelers have played the Colts, They just beat the Colts. Um, they played. They played the Texans. They beat the Texans 10-17.
And these aren't sneaky teams.
I'm sorry, they lost to the Texans.
These aren't sneaky teams.
They lost to the Texans and they beat the Bengals and they beat the Colts. So the competition I guess he lost to, which is the Texans, and then teams that he expects to win. The coach was a new user, so that has to be noted because that was his first game with that team, and I don't think he was adapted to that team. So I think if he would have had a quarterback, it would have been a different. I mean, speaking of that game, do you think it's going to affect his next game without his safety, the Steelers getting suspended for sportsmanship like conduct?
I mean, who's he playing next week?
He's playing the Titans.
That could cost them. Titans got some weapons, and having a safety probably would help. I mean, even if it's not as big of a player as Mika is, it's still a big loss, no matter how you see it.
Well, I think honestly it's a big loss because that's who he uses. I mean, he uses either his safety or his linebacker, mostly his safety. But he is very, how do you say it? He's very thin at safety position. He only has Edmonds and Henderson there. So I think that'll change his whole defensive scheme, I think. We have to
Yeah.
I think we just have to watch out that he doesn't try to put no cornerbacks there or try to do something fugazi.
I mean, he's had a couple days to plan for it. I'm sure he has something up his sleeve.
Yeah, he might have to bring somebody up from his practice squad.
He'll be alright. He'll figure out something.
Yeah, he's one of the tough teams.
Again, all the NFL is just about, this game in particular is just all about making adjustments, and if he can make an adjustment, then he'll make it.
Well, I was just looking at the scores and shit, you lost a tough one, 13-0.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
But do you think that was bad offense or good defense? Honestly,
Bad offense, honestly. I was making the wrong plays, and I wasn't making plays, and some things just weren't going my way, and that's how it is sometimes. You just make. I know I've been saying that's just how it is sometimes, but that's just plainly how it is. Sometimes things go in your favor, sometimes they don't. And you gotta keep on working at it. Like last season, I did pretty good starting out. Then at the end of the season, I lost to the Chargers, and I figured out some things I needed to fix. I feel like I fixed them, but I didn't refine my own game. I feel like I tried too hard fixing those problems instead of refining my game.
do you think I know that you were trying out a new scheme with the pistol? Do you think that has something to do with it, or do you think that I noticed that you're trying out a new offense scheme, the pistol scheme? Do you think that has something to do with the way your offense is slowly starting off, trying to still get adjusted to that, or you just think you're just off?
I'm honestly going back to my old scheme, seeing how things go. And if I start winning, you gotta make adjustments, and that's one of the adjustments I'm gonna make.
Okay, so starting next week, you're gonna go back to your old offensive scheme.
I believe so.
Okay, so with that being said, is Taysom Hill still gonna be a part of your offense?
What was that?
I said, with that being said, is Taysom Hill still going to be a big part of your offense? Because I noticed you were using him in a lot of sub packages.
We are planning on using Taysom Hill still a bunch, because I notice when I do have him on offense, they do protect the run more than the pass, and I would like to get Taysom Hill passing more,
Gotcha.
and maybe, catch him off guard.
Yeah.
I will still incorporate some offense to put him in there, but because I did pay money to get him, I'm gonna use my money.
Well, you got to get your money's worth.
And he's a good player. He's still a good player. It's
I'm
just
just surprised with his age. He's like 30 and still like great. Like like he's
and that's
still
what
up there.
I'm hoping that with the change of scheme, it opens up even more for him because they won't be expecting it.
Right.
Maybe get him passing touchdowns. He already has one on the season.
He has a
He has
passing
one.
touchdown.
He does. And when I feel like I need to get the run game down, and I feel like that'll fix my team more than likely. I haven't been able to run the ball that often because I just
Trying
haven't
out
been
that
able
pistol.
to. I think I'm averaging not even 3 yards a carry, probably. I don't even think I'm averaging 3 yards. With Le'Veon, too.
Nope. With Le'Veon, you're averaging 2.3. With Taysom Hill, you're averaging 6 yards, and with Darnold, you're averaging 10.7.
I mean, that's the problem right there. 2.3 isn't good at all.
Not at all. Not from your workhorse. Not from Le'Veon. Le'Veon should be averaging.
So I'm working on offense that'll get him back up there. Hopefully making Sam Darnold more of a threat, because if you have the run game, your quarterback's looking better. And I'm just hoping that helps out with my team in general. If my defense isn't on the field, how are they going to score? I mean, pick sixes, but I'm hoping to cut down on those.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking around the league, and with 3 games played, TJ Watt has 8 sacks already.
And I feel like that might be the other team's fault for not double teaming. They need to double team that. If he's getting constant sacks on you, you need to.
Yeah, but I'm just looking throughout the league, and for the most part, it's D line, left ends, right ends, D tackles. I think Steelers, I guess they're always sitting in that 3-4 defense, because he got his right outside linebacker and his left outside linebacker, Bud Dupree, with 6 sacks, and TJ Watt with 8 sacks.
I mean, he must be sending some type of defense. I mean, it obviously is working for him, and he's playing in the rules. So, I mean, we also got D Ford up there with 7, so it's not unrealistic.
Right. Then with the
Just people need to
interceptions,
block it.
you got Tayshaun Gibson with 4, Zach Cunningham, and Joe Sherbert leading the NFL with 4 interceptions.
That's a surprise list.
Absolutely. I mean, two top are from the Texans. I guess that's why they're 3-0. That's definitely why they're 3-0. That's a surprise team for me with a new user. But honestly, I guess that's why you can't take preseason seriously. Because I think preseason he lost all his games.
And that might just been him trying out something and it just didn't work out, and he switched back, or he found something that he liked and now sticking to it. And then, let's look at the schedules.
Advance is supposed to be today. We still have a few games, quite a few games. Hopefully we get them in.
I mean, a real surprise team is Redskins, 0-3 when they were
Well,
in the playoffs last year.
it's a new user.
I mean,
If I'm not mistaken.
They are, I believe so. I think we had to get a new user, but I mean, still, they weren't a bad team last year. Eagles also surprised, 0-2.
Eagles got a new user as well.
Vikings 0-3.
I think that to me and to the Real Madden National Football League is a real surprise, because that user, the Minnesota Vikings user, was in a Super Bowl two Madden, last Madden. So that's a real surprise for us. But I honestly just think he's getting used to his team.
I mean, we were also talking about the Titans. They're 0-3. They're still 0-3. Not finding their first one.
The Titans, I don't think they made the playoffs last season.
It was a close race. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right now, I need to start winning though, because I need to win my conference. I mean,
Well, you're in a hole against the Patriots, so I hope
and
it
the
doesn't come.
Bills.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
the Patriots swept you, right?
no, we've only played one game against each other.
Right. The first game you played Arizona, the second played Bills.
Buffalo.
Yeah. And then the third was, yeah, you're right. I apologize.
It's alright. I need to start looking at the Seahawks though soon. I need to look at the Seahawks, what they do.
Good luck with that. He throws a lot of deep to Metcalf. Well, that's what he was doing before.
I mean, I got pretty good corners, I believe. My rookie corner, has 2 picks on the season already. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Let's look at this. Let's look at his schedule that he's played so far. He's played Miami, that he lost to, and then he beat the Rams. And he plays the Eagles this week. So I'm surprised to see what he does against the Eagles.
Well, I don't think that game is happening. I think unless we hold off advance,
Who has not played the week 3? The Bengals have not, which they're playing you. So you guys will get that game done, probably.
well, we tried to get it in twice yesterday, but he had he had a storm going.
So it's, I think there's only 3 games left, 2 games left. No, 4. Dallas needs to play the Giants. Eagles,
Yep, that game was supposed to have been played yesterday. I don't know what happened to that game.
Lions versus Atlanta. And I think that's about it. Yeah, I believe that's it. Alright. Well, we only have 5 games, I believe. If I remember reading that right.
Bengals,
2,
Browns, 2,
3, 4, 5.
3, 4. Yep.
Let's look at the scores of this week and see what I'm surprised with.
That Oakland 49-21.
That's pretty. I mean, yeah. Yeah, he might have thrown 6 picks. I feel that, honestly.
That
Rushing
Buffalo,
game.
Miami. Buffalo was 2-0.
That was a big win for Miami.
Yeah.
For division.
I think he was 0-2, right? Miami?
He was. Wait, no, he was 1-1.
Yeah, he was 1-1. Now he's 2-1. Buffalo's 2-1.
Everybody in my conference has the wins right now. We're all either 1-2 or 2-1, so it might be a close conference.
Well, it was a close conference last year. It came down to the last game, didn't it? Last season?
To make the playoffs for
To
me,
make the
at
playoffs.
least. I think
Well,
the
no, for
Patriots
you.
made it no matter what.
It was, yeah, both of you guys made it. Yeah, correct. Both of you guys made it.
I snuck in as a 6 seed, I believe.
Yeah.
NFC East looking like real life. 1-1, 1-1, 0-2, 0-3.
Well, the Chargers got to run for their money now. Last season they came off on that division.
They did. Broncos
Yeah.
aren't looking too bad either. They're still 1-1.
Broncos, believe it or not, is our first real Madden National Football League Super Bowl winner.
I'm mostly surprised that
He's not first. He's just one of them.
He was our first when
I'm
I was there.
surprised.
Yeah, he was trying to do that.
I'm surprised by the Chiefs. 0-3.
Well, I think that's a new user too. That team has had two users within 3 games. I think.
I don't know how you could pass that up. Oh, Tyreek Hill's injured too, though.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill and you got in the first game of the season.
6 weeks. I mean, still they got McCole Hardman, Sammy Watkins. They don't have a bad wide receiving core.
Well, I'll tell you one division that's not gonna be easy is the NFC South. You got 3 teams with 2 wins. I guess we'll see.
I feel like those are gonna be I feel like the AFC East and NFC South might be the closest ones, closest divisions. Just looking at it right now, they look like they might be the closest. I mean, AFC North, pretty close. Ravens, I don't know what's going on with the Ravens, but
What happened with the Ravens is he lost Lamar first game of the season.
oh yeah, well that's gonna set him back. AFC South Titans aren't looking good, even though they did get close. Interesting. Jaguars and Texans go 3-0 at the beginning of the season. I want to look at this.
Interesting. Interesting is you got the Bills and Dolphins on top of the AFC East when they were on the bottom last. Again, it's early. It's real early.
It's um. I mean, Steelers has led up for 49ers and Steelers have led up the least amount of points playing all 3 games. But the 49ers have scored 71 points. So I'm looking forward to seeing the 49ers during the season. Are they going to have a meltdown like they did in the wild card?
Did he draft a quarterback or he has Jimmy G over there?
Let's look.
No,
I
I think he drafted it McSorman or something like that.
Yeah, I believe he did draft a QB because he was talking about it. He has Case Cookus.
Cookus. 20 for 33, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 118 yards per game. Not good, not bad.
He's been sacked 14 times though. Interesting. That's not good whatsoever. 3 games in.
Wow, this is surprising. Mitchell Trubisky's leading with touchdowns thrown with 11. He is already at 1,000 yards with 3 games. That's on pace for record-breaking numbers right there. If he keeps on like that.
Josh Rosen.
Josh
That's what's going on
Rosen,
Miami. 14 picks.
yeah. Then you got Jameis Winston's with 10. Marcus Mariota with 10. Jesus, Pat Mahomes. I'm surprised he hasn't got injured. Sacked 17 times.
Justin Herbert, that's bad for a rookie quarterback. 14 sacks already.
Wow, I'm honestly like shocked. 1,103 yards already in 3 games. It's 367 yards per game. Is he running the ball?
So, Tariq Cohen, 23 rushes, 106 yards, 4.6
106
yards per
yards.
carry.
3 games, 106 yards. Yeah, I guess. 35 yards per game. I guess. Well, you got the MVP of the league, Ronald Jones, leading it with 539. Then you got Stretch Breeder from the 49ers.
Which one do you think is more impressive? The 539 rushing or 1,000
The,
passing?
the 1,000 passing. Because Breeder did this last. I mean, I'm sorry, Jones did this last year. He was MVP.
True.
But I'm
mostly surprised by this one. Receiving, KJ Hamler.
Oh no, he's a speed guy. And
Yeah,
all
but
he
they still got Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen.
no, but
That's
the way that user play, he's gonna bring his rookie up.
true.
I think this is his fastest player, so he's throwing bombs to him. I think he's only got 10 receptions, so he's averaging 44.6 yards a reception, 5 touchdowns, leads the Real Madden National Football League with 5 touchdowns, 100 yards after runs after catch. Only played 71 downs played. Wow.
I'm just excited to see, I mean, it's interesting early start of the season, but what really matters is just the end.
Pretty much.
I mean, it all comes down to the last game.
Yeah, I think it's way too early to define any team right now. I think everybody's still trying to get their rookies acclimated and adjusted to.
I mean, some rookies have just started out balling and some haven't, and some people need to get used to scheming with their new players, new rookies.
I'm
So I'm
surprised.
excited for mid-season when everybody should be well adjusted, has everything going, to see who's coming up on top.
I'm surprised with myself and the Browns. I'm having a horrible year.
Again, it's still the start of the season. It's just the start. You got, what, 13 more weeks?
Yeah.
Well, for your instance, you got 14.
Yeah, I gotta stop turning the ball over. 3 picks to 1 touchdown thrown. I'm forcing the ball.
That happens sometimes. It's early in the season. You want to make a big splash. I mean, you were a playoff team last year, so people know you can play. It's just, you need to...
Definitely gonna be interesting. Definitely.
You know what you need to fix, and you're gonna fix it. I know you'll probably fix it. But what about them Cardinals?
Listen, he's saying
I
that
know he won
he's
them last
saying
week.
listen, he's saying he turned it around. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I hope
how many
he
wins he had
has
last season? How many wins?
1. No, I don't know.
I mean, if he did, he already brought it up. He already has the same amount of wins. I mean, he was the first pick. I'm kind of excited to see what he does. See what the first pick and Chase Young does to the Arizona Cardinals. And then see how Kyler does. Because I heard whispers that he was trying to get rid of him. Or thinking about, potentially starting new.
He's been wanting to get rid of him since his first game last season. I just think he has to stop forcing it with him. Like, he has to play to his strong suit. Rookies like him that are only 5 foot nothing, you gotta really build them. Work the short game, work the run more a little bit.
And I think he's done that. I think that's the reason he won last week, and I believe he'll knowing him, he'll probably fix up more of his stuff and win more games.
Yeah, he
I
he
don't.
was he was definitely on the verge of losing that game though. He had to slow down. He plays into his opposition. Everything he's always trying to help people and tell people what to do, and he just has to take some of that advice and do it himself. He's it is easier to see it from the outside in though, but sometimes you see something that the other person doesn't see. But
I mean, again, all adjustments. I don't remember how many wins he had last season, but I mean, right now he's not on the bottom of the league, so that's a good thing. That's already improvement from last year, and that's no disrespect for him. That's
it's
just
the
what
truth.
that's just what happened last season, and let's see how he does for the beginning or the rest of the season.
Yep.
I'm hoping. I don't believe he's gonna stay on the bottom. I think he's gonna be mid-tier. I don't
Well,
think he's gonna be a low tier, but mid-tier team.
let's look at his next 3 games. The Cardinals' next 3 games. If he plays the way he played last game, should be wins, because they're against the Redskins, Cowboys, and Vikings, and then the Dolphins
I can see
after the bye.
all those being wins. I can see all of it,
That's what I mean.
and that's a 4-2 start right there.
Se movió.
That's a good place to be. 4-2. And a
4-2.
division that's gonna be tough.
Yep, 4-2, and then he plays the Dolphins and Seahawks. Those are 2 winnable games too.
Those are the games that I think will say whether he's for real or not. I feel like if he wins those 3, he has to win those 2.
Well, he has to. He definitely could win 2 out of those 3. He should win all 3, but he's definitely should win his next 2.
I'm just excited to see how he does. I mean, again, bottom team. Always like to see the bottom team come up and make a place.
Yep.
And in a tough division, if he made the playoffs, that'd just prove all the haters wrong in the league.
Absolutely.
Hater on Commissioner Marion.
Absolutely. Jesus, I think the Jags, I think could go on 4, 5, 6. They could go 6-0 before their first loss.
Who they play week 7?
Or they play the Bengals, the Lions, the Colts, and then Steelers.
I'm on the fence about the Steelers. I don't know how good they actually are. Because defense only gets you so far. Like, yes, defense is important, but you've also thrown, well, how many picks was it? 10 with Jameis Winston and no touchdowns?
Yeah, I think he puts his defense at harm's way. Because 10 picks, I'm
and I feel
sure.
like somebody that'll actually scout him. I'm not saying that anybody hasn't scouted him. I feel like just somebody that scouts him and knows what to do against him will score points and potentially score enough to where he can't win. I feel like if you score 28 points against him, he's not coming back.
Right. I think he's able to. I think his defense gives him good field position, and he's able to run it in, I guess, or get a lot of defensive scores.
I mean, I think I looked at his points allowed and points for. It wasn't that big of a ratio. It was kind of close, like dangerously close.
I know he does run it a lot when he's in the red zone. especially with Connor. He likes that inside zone.
And yeah, once somebody's, I feel like you could potentially beat him because you know that. You know that he could be exposed by that. You have a good defense. You have a good offense. You can stop that. And
Oh,
you have, once Myles Garrett comes back from suspension, you
that'll
have a
be
good defensive,
after
very good
game
defensive
4.
line.
After week 4, he comes back. And then my defensive line would be,
Complete.
you got Myles Garrett, Mike Daniels, Olivier Vernon, and Ndamukong Suh. You
Dude,
still
that's a good
got
defensive line
you
right
still
there.
got
That's it.
Richardson, Ogunjobi, and don't forget about the rookie Raekwon Davis.
Look, that's a good defensive line right there.
Definitely.
And I feel like if you just score more points than he does, on offense, of course, not on defense, you just got to score more points on offense than he does. Because I believe his defense is what scores some points.
Right.
Now you can see that as literally or metaphorically. I think probably both.
Yeah, I just think his downfall is gonna be the lack of depth that he has in key positions. He spent way too much money on DBs this offseason.
Who did he pick up? I forgot who he picked up,
Oh,
honestly.
he
Didn't he get Byron Jones?
he got Byron Jones. He got his defense was solidified this offseason as far as DBs go.
But the
He
real
got the
question is
top.
that offense.
He got Ronald Darby, Byron Jones, Eli Apple, and Parry Nickerson. And I think
It's
that's
also the beginning of the season. Nobody knows what people are doing.
right.
Like even though we have film from last year, it's still hard, and preseason, it's still hard to get a good grasp on what everyone's doing.
Yeah, I definitely think it's too early to really grasp anybody and what they're trying to do. I
I mean, I'm
honestly
changing
think,
up schemes 3 games into the league.
yeah, I honestly think everybody's still trying to find themselves and see what works for them and stuff.
See who's feeling dangerous, as Baker would say. It's just, I mean, I'm excited. But I feel like the conferences to look at is the NFC South and the AFC East. I feel like those are going to be the closest divisions.
Yeah.
Miami upgraded a lot. That's why I think AFC East could potentially be.
Yeah, Miami Dolphins definitely upgraded key positions, and he hasn't played bad. He's
I mean, the picks, but
yeah. Well, he missed the draft. He missed the draft, but that's why I think he went out in free agency and picked up some people. But his team definitely got better. I mean, he got Nick Chubb at running back from the Cleveland Browns.
how are you feeling about that trade, by the way? Seeing that he's been doing all right.
After seeing what he's been doing with him, and seeing that I've been missing out on my running, I kind of like second doubt that trade. I'm definitely second thinking that trade.
I mean,
But I think everybody's is how they use their schemes and stuff, you know.
yeah. That's why I'm working on my run game. My scheme wasn't built for running. I'm always used to passing. I realized I need to get used to running.
How's your wide receiver coming along?
You know, he hasn't been doing bad. I haven't hit him over the past couple games because I've just been struggling. The first game, he didn't do bad. I've just been struggling lately.
Right.
He's been catching some pretty big passes, though, but did fumble against the Buffalo Bills that I feel like would have set me up for the win. And that's sometimes how it is with a rookie, but I mean the Bills are still 2-1, and I only lost by 7, and I feel like I should have honestly won that game.
Right.
Patriots, I just blew it myself. He had a good defense, of course, but I just feel like I blew it myself. And Cardinals, I won, so I'm happy with that game no matter what, even if I did play bad. No matter who says I did bad, I'm just... But, you know, I'm excited to see where my season goes.
No, I think you'll turn it around. You'll get back to what you was doing last season too. Your defense helped you out a lot. It gave you good field position. I still remember my game versus you. You had like a 21-0 lead before I even blinked, and I was all pick sixes and.
I mean, my defense hasn't played bad this year. It's just that my offense ain't scoring as much as they were last season.
I think you're gonna lose the next 3 games. 4 games.
Okay, Mr. Come in the chat like that. Who you talking to?
The Jets.
Oh, okay.
Seahawks still beating them by 20. The Raiders are definitely gonna win. The Bills have his number, and his offense is coming back. And the Rams, you got a tough season, bro. I don't think you're gonna see the playoffs at all.
Hey, I knew
Especially
that.
when you get that Dolphins, Steelers, Chargers. I don't know about the Chiefs. And then you got the Broncos. You'll beat the Titans. 49ers, you're gonna struggle. And yeah, you're gonna probably be watching the playoffs. No, I got us on that, honestly. I wish I played you again, that's for sure.
I mean, that's what you believe. I mean, you hear it first. Mate. That's what he's gonna be saying when I make the playoffs. He's gonna be like, oh. He's gonna be like, oh, he did make the playoffs.
Oh shucks.
I mean, yeah, I do have a tough schedule, but I beat tough teams last year. I beat tough teams.
Listen, this
I mean,
is way
I
too
made it to the
early.
AFC Championship for a reason. Like, it's not like I can't beat good teams. I feel like if I win these next 4 games, or at least take 3, that's a 3-3 season right now. Hitting the bye week, readjust, practice some more, get some practice in, and then my last 9 games, I can come out and ball out. 'Cause
Yeah.
after that, I got the Steelers, Chargers, Broncos, and Niners. Those are my toughest games, I believe. I mean, I just lost the Patriots, yeah, but I feel like if I just start scoring offensively, and I feel like that's just coming with acquiring players and, you know, new things.
Cardinals, are you here? You disappeared again.
Probably disappeared.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask him where did he see his next 3 games?
Let's see who he's got.
Well, I mean they're 3 winnable games. I just wanted to see.
Oh, yeah. We talked about him.
Yeah.
I mean, what about those reigning Super Bowl champions, though?
The
You have a
Bucks.
bye week?
The Bucks. He lost to the Falcons. That was a tough loss for him.
By 4.
He was winning. He was
Yeah.
winning going into the last drive.
And that's just how it, like I said earlier, last play is what matters.
Yep.
And the last play was Falcons winning. I mean, looking at our schedule, not particularly the hardest schedule I've seen.
I thought
He
his
does play.
schedule would be harder, to be honest with you.
He's got the Chiefs. Chiefs aren't looking that hot right now. The Rams. Rams are okay. Saints. Interesting to see. That's a new user, isn't it?
Saints, yep. And he's 2
So
and
that's
1.
2-1. Only games he's lost is to the Raiders. I mean, just interesting to see.
Oh, there you go, Cardinals. Cardinals.
We did talk
Because
about the
we
Steelers.
spoke about the Steelers already. We want to hear about the Cardinals. Next 3 wins or next 3 losses. The next 3 games for you are all winnable games. What do you think you're gonna do? Redskins are 0 and 3. Do you take them lightly or do you take them? And there you have it, folks. Let's talk about it. Brought to you by Retro Fitness out of Bethlehem Page, Pennsylvania.